Is everybody ready? Warren, you ready? I call the May meeting. The May meeting of Caryville Mayor and Board of Aldermen order. Call for roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beelan.
Here.
Mr. Eric Jones.
Here.
Mr. Eric Smith.
Here.
Ms. Beth Lawson. Here. Mr. Dwayne Gibson.
Here.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson.
Here.
Mayor Stixberry.
Here. We have a full vote tonight. Mr. Smith, would you say our opening prayer for us, please, sir?
Our blessed Lord, once again, bow our heads before you. Thanks and praise for blessings and pour upon us. Let's pray, go with us here this evening. Bless us to be a light. City, in thy name. Bless us to do thy will. For Spirit, Lord, we should ask and pray. Amen.
Thank you, sir. Okay, give everybody a few minutes to read the minutes of the prior meetings. When y'all get done, just let me know. We'll continue on. Everybody had a chance to look over them? Is there a motion we approve them as presented?
Make a motion.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right, citizens input. Anybody like to address the council? Okay. Communication from the mayor. Not a whole lot to say from me. I've been busy at home doing a lot of the honeydew jobs, but I'll reserve what I have to say to later on about the upcoming agenda items. So, financial report. Please read, please.
For April 2018, in our general fund account, we have $591,018.13. Reserve for rainy day fund is $45,000. And our special fire protection fees, we've received $132,550.41. We spent out of those fees $61,922.13, which leaves us a balance of $70,628.28. And our adjusted general fund balance is $475,389.85. And our State Street Aid Fund is $68,868.99. In our Industrial Fund, we have $432.99. In our Drug Fund, we have $15,461.63. Our revenues for the month of April 2018 is $119,627.68. Our expenditures for the month of April is $102,003.27, which is a difference of $17,624.41 to the good.
And we should be somewhere around 82.3% in the budget, and we're at 79. So we're just a little bit under, which that's always a good thing. All right, I hear a motion. We approve the financial report as presented.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, reports from council members. Mr. Lawson.
Okay, Street and Sanitation Department for the month of April through May. We had 57 tons of garbage, 3 tons of recycling, 7 tons of brush. And on the April cleanup, we had 17 tons. And they mowed throughout the city and finished up April cleanup. Put tile in on Lake Lane and Bruce Gap Road. Cut and hauled off 2 trees on the mountain road on a blind curve. Picked up brush throughout the city, took blind spot off of Pearl Street, and finished up the blind spot on Bruce Gap over there. That's all.
Okay, police department.
Okay. Town Caryville Police Department monthly report for the month of April. We had 241 complaints. Out of those complaints, we had 12 arrests. We patrolled 8,488 miles. We have 37 citations, 3 drug arrests, 29 accidents, and 1 DUI. And that's it for the police department report.
Right, Dave?
For the library, we had 1,135 items checked out, 1,176 items checked in, 388 e-books checked out. They added 11 new patrons. They added 128 items, deleted 1, had 364 computer users, borrowed 18 items, held 5 programs with 160 people in attendance, and the total library attendance was 921. Their special events, and they had a book sale. They held a book signing for the local author Lucy Branham, and they had a great turnout. Also held a Harry Potter event for all ages and had over 100 people in attendance. They ran out of most of our favors in the first 45 minutes. We received great feedback from our patrons.
Great. Bumping that 1,000 number.
Get close.
Keep close. Right. Mr. Smith?
Last month, my fire department, we had 1 house fire, 4 vehicle fires, 1 tractor trailer fire, 3 brush fires, 1 false alarm, 1 smoke and fire alarm, 3 vehicle accidents, and assisted ambulance service twice. Total 16 calls for retirement.
Okay. All right. Do I hear any motion? We approve all the reports as presented.
Motion made.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. Any old business? Okay, under new business, Mr. Lawson, I think you wanted to add a agenda item, sir?
I want to make a motion to add, to discuss the Board of Codes and Ordinance Appeals and its members.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beaver?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, and I'd like to add one too, if possible. I'd like to make a motion that we add an item to discuss a street light on Comfort Lane.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beaver?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, that'll be 10 to 11 on your sheets. All right, under new business, council to approve hiring temporary employee in library. Ms. Rochelle.
Yes. I am hiring a temporary assistant to help me while Logan is on maternity leave through the end of June. And this is Laura Ayers. She is my pick for this position. She has a degree in literature and has spent the last 3 years working in an elementary school doing school programming, which is exactly the kind of help that we need.
Okay. And her hourly rate is,
$10 an hour,
okay, and,
up to 32 hours a week.
all right.
I'll make a motion that we hire,
Laura?
sorry. I'll second the motion.
Any discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, number two, first reading of ordinance number 2018-05, adding a new permitted use schedule section in the zoning ordinance. That was tabled from the last meeting to give everyone a chance to look at them and digest exactly what all was in them. It's a very lengthy thing, so do I hear a motion that we pass on first reading ordinance number 2018-05?
I'll make the motion.
I'm sorry, did you say? Okay, discussion? Anybody have any discussion since we have a motion? We have a motion and second, now we can have any discussion. Anybody have any comment?
This off-street parking stuff,
Mm-hmm.
how will it affect anything new coming into Main Street? Am I reading it right as far as,
I don't,
you have to have like so many off-street
Off-street?
parking spots for certain businesses per square foot? Or,
in my personal opinion, is that especially in the old part of town, we're very limited on parking anyway. Lloyd, would you agree? You know,
Yeah.
in the old part of town's limited. I would assume that there would be a variance asked for from the planning commission if they, if it's not feasible to probably provide that much parking because it is such a small, compact area. That's just my opinion.
The street right away up through there is from sidewalk to sidewalk, my understanding. They allow parking there
Right.
before, but actually, am I correct, David? Ain't the street from sidewalk to sidewalk up to down? Yeah. But they did allow them parking before.
Right.
There's just no way you can park cars on both sides of the roads there.
No, and what I'm saying is if it says you have to have X amount, and it's just not feasible, I mean, there's no,
It's not there.
if it's not there, it's not there. That's my, I would say that'd be an issue to come for the planning commission, when you say so, Beth, for ask for a variance, because there's nothing, I mean, you can't create them out of, if there's nothing there to create with.
Yeah, if there's a business comes in that area, they'll have to find somewhere to park, you're gonna have to find, you can't park on the street.
No, I mean, they can park somewhere, I mean, but they, as far as a certain number, if there's not any way to get that number, they'll just have to, they can ask for a variance.
Yes.
They can ask
it
for,
will be, okay.
That's
what we have a planning.
right,
Yeah,
it'll go in front of them for a
It'll
variance.
have to go in front of the planning commission.
Yeah, I know there's potential for new things up through there.
Right,
And I don't want this to not.
no,
Yeah, no, the planning commission, that's what.
yeah, they have to work with the planning commission, like I said, if there's, if you have to have X amount, and there's just no feasible way to get X amount, you just have to work what you got.
Right, and this is fluid, the planning commission can work
Right.
around this.
Right, that's right. That's why they grant variances all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. That answer your question, Eric? Okay. Anyone else have any questions? If not, call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, number three, first reading of ordinance 2018-06, annual operating budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2018, ending June 30th, 2018. Okay, we spent two workshops on the budget, and we have a good budget. We're going to be able to, some highlights of the budget, we're going to be able to hire a full-time fireman. First time we've done that in a long time. Hire one. You gotta walk before you can run. So we're gonna hire one fireman, and we're gonna be able to do some more paving out of this upcoming budget. And we're gonna be able to purchase a police vehicle. And anybody else, and give the employees 50-cent raise. And help me out. Is there any other? That's about the sum of it. Anybody have any other? Okay. All right. So, with that being said, do I hear a motion that we pass on first reading ordinance 2018-06, annual operating budget for fiscal year beginning July 1, 2018, and ending June 30th, 2018. 2019, I'm sorry. Okay, that's your one for the week. That's your one for the week. Okay, do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Hear a second?
Second motion.
Discussion?
I asked you about the rainy day fund. What was that, what was you gonna do on that? What do you make for rainy day?
Well, hopefully, when we get on down in here, we'll discuss that. We'll talk about that on item 7. Okay? All right. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, second reading of ordinance 2018-04, amending the annual operating budget for fiscal year 17-18. That is, that's just more housekeeping. We passed that in the last meeting. That's where we bought the fire vehicle and the tablets we have. So that's just more house cleaning on last year's budget. So I hear a motion that we pass that ordinance.
Make the motion.
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes. Motion carries. All right, number 5, council discuss city hall lighting. We have discussed this lighting, and it's getting pretty bad all over the whole area. And what we've done, or David has done, David has took the lead on this, is to do the worst part of it now, which would be this, everything but the police department and the library on the interior, and the big bay and the fire hall. Do this right now, the worst of it. And then next month, come back and do the library, police department, fire hall, and the exterior.
Now, we're gonna catch that on this budget.
Yes, it'll be caught on this one, but this is, do this part now,
Okay.
and then we'll come back and do the rest of it under a separate, then we'll catch up the places I mentioned, plus the exterior. And we have, Lonnie Weldon, was $6,910. Copeland Brothers was $99.87 and 62 cents. So he's about $3,000 cheaper. Lonnie Weldon is cheaper.
And that's for the same service? from what you're
Yes,
saying.
that's the same thing. So, what's the pleasure of council?
Make a motion, go ahead with the low quote.
I'll second that.
Okay, now one thing, David, that is installation of the ballast free bulbs. That's using our existing fixtures
Yeah,
and replacing them with LEDs.
yeah.
Okay.
Was that what Copeland Brothers was going to do too?
Which by themselves is probably gonna save us a small amount in energy expenditure.
Yeah.
Correct. Over time. And bulb replacement. They license.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we have a motion, I think, in second. Discussion. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
No.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carried. All right, number 6, council discuss pilot agreement. What this is, back 3-4 months ago, I received a call from Landon Lane, which works for Pilot, and they were asking about doing a crosswalk at the new Pilot. Their their plans are tearing down the old pilot and making a crosswalk from the old pilot area we're gonna use parking to the new pilot. And what this agreement is, that they will convey the lights and everything to us. And we will, if there's any problem with them, we can bill them we bill them once a year for repairs, and they'll pay us within 30 days. And this agreement will be in effect as long as there is a pilot. You know, if for some reason they leave, then it reverts back to us.
And there will be a contract on it?
Yeah. Traffic. Kathy, you have this?
I do have this. I have some problems with the way it's written as it is, but council can go ahead and authorize it, and then we'll do it. We can change some language on it.
Okay.
But if we do adopt it then, we can change a few things on there.
Yes, I would recommend that you don't do the motion to adopt this agreement. You can authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with them, but this one needs to be stricter in some areas, I think. Because this has that they can, that the city will accept it as is, where is, and I never recommend my client accept things that needs to be within code. And this is not binding on them as long as there's a pilot there. We need to put that in there. And
I thought that's what it said.
it says that anytime they want to give the town a 30-day notice, that they can they can terminate the agreement and remove all the improvements. And I don't recommend that you do that.
Okay, well, way he talked, you know, that as long as pilot was there.
Right.
'Cause I know that's legalese, I'm sure.
Right, so we can change that and let the mayor, you can authorize the mayor to enter into a crosswalk agreement with Pilot. But like I said,
But not to adopt this.
not to adopt this particular agreement.
But I can authorize me to sign the agreement when it's worked out.
Right,
Okay.
when the specific terms are worked out with Pilot.
Hey, I will bring that into a motion.
To authorize the mayor to enter into an agreement with Pilot for a crosswalk under the terms and conditions that are agreed upon.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do I hear a second?
I'll second
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Beasley?
it. Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Yes. Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, number 7, council discuss sale of industrial property. This is where we're getting to you, what you're talking about, Lloyd, I think. I was on the phone today with Mr. Larger, and Mr. Larger is wanting to purchase the acreage at the industrial park for the agreed price of $80,000
With the options.
with the option for 10 more acres if and when he wants to do that. And that's where, you know, maybe part of this money we can do we can add to the rainy day, maybe with some of this. So I think that was a couple that we maybe discussed doing something about that. So I talked to him today, about lunchtime, just to make sure he was still on board, and he is. And he said, "Go ahead with it."
So he's ready.
He's ready.
Does that have a term in it that the city, what were y'all gonna do about the survey?
We pay for the survey.
Okay. So that needs to be put in the motion.
Yeah, we'll pay for the survey. All right. I hear that in the form of a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Okay. I hear a second.
Second.
Discussion.
I think we was talking about the rainy day the funds going to, you noticed on that financial, industrial fund may be added to as well. You know, because we're under 1,000 on the industrial fund.
It's like $400-some in the industrial.
Yeah.
Put some in industrial, then
Industrial.
put some in.
But how much money you think it's coming back into industry?
I'd say at least $5,000 or $6,000 in industrial fund, and
I've
then,
asked over the years since I've been here what comes out of that because it keeps going down.
any time that anything is spent on the industrial park, the one up here or out here at John McGee, anytime that gravel or any kind of maintenance is done, it comes out of the industrial fund. It has anything to do with industrial park, like the sign, anything to do with industrial park, that's where that money comes out.
With the lighting or anything that happens within the industrial park, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, anything that happens.
right, anything that has to do with industrial park. So, if we put, I don't know what number you'd want to put up, maybe $5,000 or $6,000, we got $2,000, I think, for the survey. And then, that'd leave us $4,000 or $5,000, maybe $4,000, and then it's up to the council what to do with the bulk of the rest of the purchase money.
I know, I've been here for 4 years and I never can know us put money into it, it's down bad.
I've been here 6 years,
But, it didn't hurt to put some in it, and then whatever the council decides to do with the proceeds, that's up to the council. Rainy day fund would be a good place to put some of it.
David, didn't we take some money out of our a couple of years ago for some lighting out here at John?
Yeah, we had lights fixed at John McGee,
We took some money out of
and
it.
then built that that road in this year, and gravel went on that.
What would you think would be a good balance to keep in there on that industrial?
About, well, $3,000 to $4,000. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a motion and second. Any more discussion? Do you want to go ahead and do anything with we don't have the proceeds yet. We'll have to do that next, wait till we get them, then we can do it. All right. Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Fielder?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Boyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. All right, number 8. We're going to discuss bids on police vehicle. We have to wait because the bids we're still out till the 18th on that. We still got the paper. We have to wait till after. We'll do that next month. But we got some back, but the advertisement said the 18th, so we have to wait until that's okay. Somebody comes in.
Do we have to table that, or what do we do there?
I'm sorry.
Do we have to table this, or what do
We can just we can table this next month. What we'll do. But now, number 9 is council discuss transfer of funds for a police vehicle. So
We need to table that one too because of this?
we can go. We can go ahead and do that. We can go ahead and transfer the funds.
Who's going to transfer that from the time?
It's $30,000 from overtime and $6,000 from the temporary salaries.
And that's money that's already in the budget. We're
Yes,
just-
correct. It's just moving it to a line item for purchase.
I make the motion, we move it to the line item for purchases.
Do I hear a second?
I said,
Discussion? Call roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Fielder?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson? Mayor Stixberry?
Yes, motion carries. Okay, to the added item was the citizens review or whatever.
It's the codes and
Codes.
ordinance appeal.
Okay, okay. Go ahead, Lloyd.
Well, I want to make a motion that we adopt or to accept the Board of Codes and Ordinance Appeals Board and its members.
Okay.
And its members are Janet Wormsley, Helen Allen, Vicki Headley's going to be an alternate, and Virginia Blackwell's going to be a member of this. So I'll make a motion that we accept this.
Okay, could you read those names again for?
Janet Wormsley, Helen Allen, the alternate will be Vicki Headley, and the citizen is going to be Virginia Blackwell. well.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And you did that in the form of a motion?
Yes.
I'll second it.
Okay. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Figler?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, and the last item was, the lady from Comfort Inn, called about street light up Comfort Lane. It's 141. That is a city street, it's not?
Yes.
I thought we took,
No, we're not, we still got about 3 years on it. Comfort Lane, it's not a city street.
3 years.
They're gonna maintain it for 5 years, is that correct, David? Is that the street we're talking about?
Yeah, the last one is,
And after 5 years, we'll take it.
it comes into the city. It's either 3 or 5 years.
I thought they were supposed to pave it and maintain it for 5 years.
Okay.
They done their part on the pavement, that's done.
How much of that?
I have the deed on my desk of that, and I thought we were gonna go ahead and accept that,
We did.
but subject to the agreement that David's talking about, that they're going to maintain it, and we
Yes.
got an agreement with them to do that.
Yes.
But we were talking about going ahead and accepting that, so.
But they have to maintain it for that period of time?
Right, so because we ended up with an incident that the planning commission didn't know because the planning commission requires things to be adjoining a city street before they can regulate. So we were going to go ahead and accept that, but subject to that agreement to maintain, so the city could regulate it, if that clears anything up for you.
Okay. All right. But anyway, the lady called about putting a light up through there, about halfway up. And I said I would present it to you all. And it is dark up through there at night. There is lights on both sides, but the Comfort Lane itself is kind of dark. And also she's wanting to add some additional lighting on their property. Where they park all the trailers on the left. They want to add some cameras and some extra lighting up through there. And she was wanting to know if we would put a light about halfway up, and then they're going to put the lights up on their property. So they'd just be another street light. What are they? How much are they, David? I don't know. I can't remember. They used to be like $10 or $11 a month, I think.
I'm not sure.
They used to, I can't remember. You remember how much they are, Lloyd? It's been so long.
It's, they went up, I don't know.
What, maybe $10, $12 a month?
It's at least that, not more.
The
Yeah.
big square looks like we got here now is 18.
18.
Halfway up's right there at Hardy's. Is that where you're going?
Somewhere, I would say somewhere in that neighborhood, wouldn't you say so? About in that area.
I just looked for a night and see what's the darkest at, and kind of figure out.
There's 2 spots in there to look at. One of them just has blocks of the trailers and big 4-wheeler trailers and stuff. You'll see where they've been hitting the curb, but there's 2 different spots you got options at.
So wherever you think's the best place, David, for it. Do that for capable hands.
What do we need to do? Just
Bobby has to send that
I'll
letter.
send a letter. After David determines exactly where he thinks would be the best place for it, then I do remember that much, that Teresa will do a letter to the Fog Utilities with the location, and I'll sign it and get it to them. Okay. Do I hear a motion to that effect?
Make the motion.
I'll second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Patrick Figler?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Eric Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Mr. Dwayne Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Mayor Stewart.
Yes. Motion carries. Any other business come before the board? Anybody have anything else? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Fair second?